Hey guys, this is Scott and Wendi with Raising an Archer, and we are on day 2 of qualifications.
We just finished day 2.
Yeah, which makes it a little different of a tournament because it's a long tournament. So you shoot 72 arrows on day 1, you shoot another 72 on day 2.
I thought it was long because I was having to put up with you.
But we're not on the same. We're not the same
not
location.
on the same field. Nope.
I'm on field 3 and 4. She is on field 2, I believe.
Yep. I am.
And there were still some clock issues if you were there wondering what is going on. So on 3 and 4, for some reason, neither one of our clocks that were further away from us were working. So the first half, we had to do flags the entire time. And it's not terrible. I mean, you just have to stay focused. Like
yeah,
it is.
No
it
kidding.
Is, you got to take.
Cannot daydream.
No. Thank goodness that I have.
No chasing butterflies.
Yeah, I have Bud, and what Bud does is once you get to almost 30 seconds, he'll be like at 3 seconds, like, okay, yellow flags on 3, 2, 1, raise your flag.
Yeah.
And raise your flag. And you hold your flag up for 30 seconds, and then the red, he's like 3, 2, 1, red flag. Red flag comes up. And
Wendi, she gives me, Wendi Whalen, because, I'm Wendi, but she's my DOS, and she gives me 30 on 3, 2, 1. That's all I get.
That's all you get. I say, hey, at least you get something.
Oh yeah, I'm super thankful for that.
There was a couple times where I was daydreaming, and then all of a sudden you hear this 3, 2, and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm like running over there and grabbing the yellow flag.
Well, there's times she gets busy working on something else, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, oh, it's already orange or yellow. So
Whoops. Let's get this flag up there. So that was the reason. And then in the afternoon, we went ahead and swapped some clocks around, and they got the furthest one to actually work. We had really a beautiful morning, other than it being hot. This afternoon, we really thought we were going to get rained on, and that rain seemed to hold off.
Yes.
And it started to sprinkle and threaten, and we kept thinking, oh, crap, it's coming.
Got out my rain jacket, got out my rain shoe covers.
Yeah, we kept getting talked to on our headsets, like, rain is coming, be prepared. So we did.
Imminent weather is what I heard at one point.
And it was so windy.
Yes.
And so those poor...
I was holding the flags with 2 hands.
Yeah, those poor kids, so those bows were flying all around. But it was windy, and it wasn't just these big gusts. It was just blowing really hard. And then the day ended. And they gave out all the awards. So they had first, second, and third for your qualifications. And then tomorrow is eliminations. And eliminations is a long day for us just because there's just so much going on.
Yes.
There's 850 kids here. So that means that the majority of them are probably in the shoot-off.
Because they take the top 64.
Right.
In each age and class.
Yeah, so the majority of the kids, I really didn't look at any of them to see. I know in the past that they've had more than 64 in a lot of the divisions.
I didn't look either. I haven't had time to.
Right. Yeah,
when we get back here, it's like we leave the field, we go eat, we come here. I'm ready to go to bed.
Right, and they do the recaps at the range or at the fields, and so we're ready to eat at that point. So tomorrow, what it's going to look like is everyone should be there at 7 o'clock because they'll shoot at 8. Between ends, we'll have your location and who you'll be shooting against.
Yep.
And there'll be live scoring. The format is a little different, Wendi, for the shoot off. So you don't shoot the 6 arrows, you shoot 3 arrows.
That's right.
And how many ends do we do, Wendi?
Oh, for compound, it's 5. And then for recurve, bare bow, they're sets. So they'll go to, they do at least 3, and they go to the first one who gets to 6.
To 5.
To 5.
No, to 6. Yeah, 6. I don't know why. That's right. So first one to 6 wins.
I love
I don't know why.
We're
so
tired.
So tired. What's interesting though is just be prepared. So if you have a bye and you get to shoot practice rounds, compound you get to shoot all 5 ends. And you can only shoot 3 arrows. It's not like you can just shoot a bunch of arrows because you're basically simulating a match.
Right.
For bare bow and recurve, those are set points. So you can only shoot the first 3 ends. because someone can actually win in 3 ends because they win all 3 of them. They get 6
That's
points.
right.
They win. It's over.
There's
And
your
then
6
you
points.
don't shoot the next 2 ends. They just get a break until the next match. So for the recurve and barebow, you can only shoot those 3, and then you're done. And they'll make sure that they tell them, and the judges will try to keep an eye on all of that as well.
And you said everybody shows up tomorrow morning. No, the schedule flips again.
There's no flipping, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was told
Yeah,
everybody
so
showed up at 8.
Julia doesn't shoot until tomorrow morning. I mean, tomorrow evening.
So there are eliminations. Oh, okay. So that was confusing. Somebody had told me today everyone shoots at 8. So, Wendi, I'm glad you looked at the schedule. So not everybody shoots at 8. So if you shot this afternoon, you are shooting first thing in the morning tomorrow. And so it's just like you did for the qualifications.
Yeah. I say all week long. It feels like we've been here all week long.
Yeah.
But since the beginning of the tournament.
And then that will be a long day. And we'll be done probably about the same time, just as tired.
There you go. And on field 2, for those of you, we are still going to have those bathroom breaks. It's been working out. It makes it a little bit longer on that field, but hey, those kiddos.
Yeah, they need a little break.
To dance. I mean, they need to
They
dance.
need to dance. They need to dance. They were dancing, is what
They
they were.
were dancing. That's all I could think of was like so many of them come up doing the potty dance. And so, and on my field, which is field 2, yes, we are doing the same thing. One of the clocks is interfering with Scott's field. And so we're running flags on
I don't
one
know how it doesn't
side.
interfere with all of your clocks because of where we're situated. You're like, our clocks are actually going. Our transmitter is actually going toward your field.
Yes. So, also, just a reminder, hey, kind of teach your kids or tell them, and it doesn't have to be rude, but please don't touch the bales until all arrows have scored. Please don't flick the arrows. Please don't touch the arrows. No. Please just score your arrows without touching. Then you can lean on the bales. I know it's a long day. I know it. I got it. I'm in it. Also, and then if you can make sure and clean your
Clean your
arrows is what I
arrows.
started saying.
Yeah, just go ahead and clean those before every end.
Clean
Have little
your
wipes.
area. Oh my gosh, I don't think we've ever had this many
You can't think of the word.
mistakes. What you were like about to lay on the floor. You leaned down.
My back hurts. It's been a long
I'm
day.
like, something wrong with Scott? I don't know.
Wendy's gonna lay down next to Amy.
I thought about it. I was like, ooh, Amy's
That looks
pillows.
pretty
Like, yeah,
comfortable.
right?
That looks comfortable.
So clean your area. We had one of the judges' families that his wife and his daughter were going through, and Jim's wife and daughter was going through and had a bucket and picking up everybody's trash. Jim has done it for 2 days. There was one day I had a chance to, and I did the same thing. And I did get a second trash can over there, so not too bad. But yeah, it doesn't take much to throw away your water bottles and I saw a McDonald's bag and different things like that. So I know that I listened to a motivational speaker at one of the convocations for school, and this was last year, and he said, if you walk into a place and you see a piece of trash and you pick it up, you've made it better than whenever you arrived. And that has always kind of sunk in with me. And yeah, come on, folks, let's clean it up. Don't mess with Texas. Well, I know we're in Des Moines, but we are still Texans.
And
For a lot of us
yeah.
that are, or a lot of you who are listening. So
And a lot of the workers here, they're, we do get paid as judges, but we really don't make much, and that's the same for a lot of these other people that are there, even like the scorers, and they just don't. They're making enough to maybe pay for their time there. So they're doing it because they just love being a part of this tournament and being there and being a part of the community. And so, everything that we do, we want to make sure it helps the community.
That's right.
All of us
That's right.
need to be stepping in and keeping it clean. And everybody's done one thing. I think everybody's done a great job of is like you grab your old targets and you're bringing them over and stacking them for everybody. And I know
Yes.
in the past we've done some tournaments where we're just like, hey, everybody grab your targets, and then you look
And
down there
they're
and they're
all
all
still
still
there.
out there, or there's a bunch of them still out there, and then somebody has to go and fix it.
I agree for the most part. On field 2, they have really been taking their targets down, and I've been super impressed because
Yeah,
these field 2 is the youngest. They are the youngest. I'm having a hard time with my grammar. They are the youngest archers out there, and to have seen them pull their targets and they'll even work together. I can't reach this top
I
pin,
know.
and so I'm on my
Climbing
way
on
over
each
there,
other's
and
shoulders.
somebody else's, one of the other kiddos is helping them. So, very impressed by that.
How's your field crew been?
My field crew, MJ, he's so funny.
Our field crew's been awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, Nick has been like every time I call him, he's like on my way, and
Yeah.
he is out there fixing whatever we need fixed on the.
Nick has
bills.
always been awesome. I think this is one of my first times to work with MJ.
Yeah,
I don't really remember MJ so much, but yes. Nick, I mean, even whenever he came out on the first day for the practice day, he goes, Wendi, right? I was like, yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that's good or bad that he
found a
remembered my
target.
name.
Nick's like, hey, one of your targets is laying down there. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's one of the ones you certified last year.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, you guys hung on to that for
I
a
was
year?
going to say I had a target blow over in the windstorm, blew from your field to my field. I was like, where'd this come from? They're like, it came from over
Came
there.
way over there.
Scott.
Had to be him.
It was. I know it was.
I think one thing that I've noticed, I sat over there by that little lane so how it's set up
Yes.
is if you're not here, you walk past 3 and 4, and you actually walk beside the entire shooting lane of the far left of the my
The
mind just went
field?
blank. Field 3 and 4, and so I sat over there. Everybody's just stopping and taking pictures of the side view of all the bows up. They're taking pictures front because they're far enough away, but they're in a
Right.
spot where they can actually get all the archers' faces. And they just spent. There was people there all day long, pictures and videos, because there's really usually not an opportunity where you can do that.
Yeah.
Because they just block everything off.
Right.
So everybody's been taking advantage of it. They are safe, though. Don't worry about that.
I know. It feels kind of weird when you're
Even
walking
though
by
some of the
there.
kids are just like, they're shooting at me. Like, no, they're not shooting at you. They are. It is. I mean, it is a little weird because we never let
Yeah.
anybody go down range. But
Yeah.
how they have it set up keeps everybody safe.
Yeah. I think about last year in Decatur when we had people, doing the track and everything. I'm like, no. But here we are.
Here we are. Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody, and we will try to be awake enough again tomorrow evening to
See
do
if we're
something
we'll get a little
again.
sleep tonight maybe, and we'll feel in a better mood.
Right. I'm hoping Julia actually answers the door when I go back this time. It took
You don't
her
have an extra key?
11. I do have a key, but for some reason it wouldn't work. And so we tried it just a few minutes ago and it worked. So I'm hoping. But last night it kept beeping and going red. And so 11 minutes.
Oh,
It
I would
took.
have gone downstairs.
And I was so tired. I did not want to walk anymore. And I kept ringing our door. We have a doorbell. Kept ringing the doorbell, and it was.
Was she
not-
asleep or was she showering or what?
She was asleep. I called her phone. It was silenced.
Oh my word!
So, yeah, it was no fun.
All right, guys. Well, we will catch you guys at the next target.
And that is it for this episode of Raising an Archer.